All right, welcome. We are here, and we're covering some potential breaking news right before the season's supposed to start for the NBA. There is a high possibility that Chris Paul is getting moved, and the rumor of the day is that he could be moved to Phoenix. That is kind of interesting. That has not been something that we've been talking about at all. Hasn't been any talks. And so we fired up the trade machine, see what could possibly get done for this. And it's basically it's Ricky Rubio and Kelly Oubre as the centerpieces here. That's the only thing that's going to match salary wise for the Suns. Uh, Devin Booker's got 27 on the books, and DeAndre Ayton's at about 10. After that, anybody else other than Rubio and Oubre, they're not going to do anything for that. So this is really interesting because Chris Paul is going to determine if this is going to happen or not. And if he is all right with this, which reports from Brian Windhorst and a couple other guys are saying that he is all right with going to Phoenix, this could get really interesting in the West because the Thunder already had kind of a surprising run last year, and now they would be shipping Chris Paul over to Phoenix. They went 8-0 in the bubble. They're super interesting, and Devin Booker is going to be gone pretty soon if they don't do something to keep him there. And showing that they're willing to spend money by grabbing one of the highest salaries in the NBA and pairing him with one of the top point guards of all time is a big deal for that franchise. So I think it would be really cool to see him on Phoenix because he obviously has proven that he can handle working with another ball handler, right? So he was in Houston with James Harden. Obviously, it didn't work out championship-wise, but they had success there. And now they ran a 3-guard system in OKC this year, and that really did work out for the most part. So I actually like this for OKC also. They would be getting 2 starters right now. Rubio and Oubre would be starting for them. Rubio obviously filling the Chris Paul role there, and Lou Dort is not going to be starting over Kelly Oubre Jr. And I think this trade obviously has to basically only do for the most part long term if how much they love Oubre. So we'd be probably looking at Rubio, Oubre, and a first round pick. But that first round pick, I think the reason they might like Phoenix is because they're not going to expect them to contend off this trade. Phoenix would be expecting to make the playoffs and to have maybe a run if they gelled right away, but this pick is going to be looking just outside the lottery probably. Like the Suns will probably make the playoffs. I think they would actually compete, but this is interesting for the Thunder because you get Rubio, you get somebody to kind of fill the void for right now. He's going to compete hard. He's going to put up decent stats. Not any sort of long-term plan, but then you get Oubre there, and Oubre has been continuously impressing. So, I mean, he averaged 19, 6, and 2 last year. Shot 35% from 3, 78 from the free throw line. And I really like Oubre. And Rubio is not a bad player. So, being able to grab a pick, probably at least one first, maybe a second also. I wouldn't think they're going to be able to get 2 firsts out of this as well. But it's interesting to see Phoenix just pop up here because we haven't really heard them as buyers, and they just kind of surprised everybody out on the bubble. So I would be very excited if I was a Phoenix fan, even if something like this doesn't go through. They're obviously shooting for the stars right now. There's a lot going on as far as the West goes, and you're gonna have to do stuff right away because this season's going to blow by. We're all going to find that out real quick that the season's already starting in about just over a month. The draft is in exactly a week as we're recording here about just early morning on Thursday and on Wednesday actually. But the Phoenix Suns are expecting to actually contend this year, and I really like this trade. So let us know your thoughts. Yeah.